Alright, I'm going to be doing a second review of my Olto-8 Chrono Gate. Trying to get into a little better lighting so it's not completely washed out this time. The first one had a couple of issues, so I had to spend some time with the company exchanging and getting another one, and this is the other one. This one has been doing much better, so I'm going to do a second review on it to kind of just reaffirm what I like and what I don't like. Let's start with the case. There are extras you can get that have an exhibition case back. This one's just the standard. I didn't necessarily need the exhibition case back, so I just got the standard one with the print of the model. This is a titanium case, and it's a grade 3 titanium, which means it cannot be polished, so it's got this soft polish look to it, and the bezel is stainless steel so that it can actually look polished. These little excavations on the side here are really cool. They're purely aesthetic, but they look really nice and kind of distinguish it apart from your standard Calatrava style case. The strap is very nice. It's very buttery, very soft, and I like the non-standard pattern that isn't alligator, but more like skin. The crown, very standard knurling, and it has the 8 from the Olto-8 on the side there. They're also quick release straps, so you can quickly take off the strap and put on a new one, which for the trouble that they gave me getting a replacement, they gave me another color of strap, and the brown actually looks quite nice, and so I can switch them back and forth pretty easily. Now, just as an aside, if you can hear duck or goose noises in the background, there's very little I can do about that. I'm trying to wait for them to be more quiet, but they are ducks and geese, and so they make a lot of noise. The glass is a high-domed sapphire, which looks really nice. Most of the time you'd get a kind of a flatter sapphire, which would be a little cheaper, but this one domes up and looks really, really nice. Now, let's talk about the dial. Dial comes in several colors. This one is the maroon, and it has this stamped guilloche pattern in the center here, and then the outer ring, which has the minute track on the side. And then it has these holes for the numbers. And the thing about this watch, the complication that sells it, is that on the top of every half day, on 12 o'clock and on midnight, the numbers switch from the first half of the day to the second half of the day, and back and forth. So at midnight, it'll switch to the 1 through the 11, and then at noon, it will switch from the 12 to the 23. Now, one thing I have noticed is that it doesn't actually click over on the dot. It's a minute or two off, but when you're wearing the watch all day, several days in a row, you don't notice that too much, because you're not very often going to be literally waiting for the top of the hour for it to click over. So it's a small detail, but it can annoy some people. But it's not really that bad if you just let the watch run. It's also got hacking seconds, as you can see. It is a Chinese movement, but it's a very nice Chinese movement. They actually skeletonized it a bit, which you can see if you get the exhibition case back. And it's got a full bridge on the balance wheel as opposed to just, a one-sided balance cock. So that's also real nice. The standard movement is exactly that. It's a standard movement that has been kind of polished up by Olto-8, and then there's a module that they put on top which has the key, cam, and rocker arm system that activates the switchover, which I'm calling a jumping GMT. As you can see on the base plate, there's some perlage or engine turning, which if you catch it in the right light looks really nice. Unfortunately, if I put it directly in natural lighting, the dial looks real washed out, so I'm just kind of trying to get some back and forth there to show you the patterning. The little side bits there that are in between the dial and the back plate are nicely beveled. It's got this mirror beveling on the inside, as are, if you'll see, the hands on each circle have an interior bevel as well, whereas the rest of it is kind of a soft brush steel look. The hands, as you can see, with the circle and the little tip beyond the circle, are Breguet style. The font for the numbers are Breguet style as well. And there are different color combos. The salmon colored dial has blue hands with the gold rocker arm key, and this one has all gold. There's also ones that have all silver with the different colored dial, like the dark purple. And this kind of tricolor with the metal, the gold, and then the maroon sets off the different levels really nicely, in my opinion. The key, or rocker arm, is kind of polished, almost a mirror polish. And you can see the key fits into that little space there, and the other side has this cam that on the top of the hour, it kicks the cam and rotates it and switches the numbers over. There's also this pusher here that is connected to a snail cam on the hour hand. As you can see it go through the hours, it slowly rotates around, pushing the key into place. And right at the top of the hour, that cam clicks and pushes the key and pushes the cam and switches the numbers all in one go. And if you can also see at the top of the hour, the hands form an 8 for Olto-8. One more nice little touch. All in all, it's a very nice watch. I like it. I like the lightness of the titanium, all the little details like the perlage and the mirror polishing are all very nice and give it kind of a real dress watchy feel to it. Even the dome crystal adds to that feel. So this is my second review. It's better than the first one because less issues on this one. This one I'm keeping because it more or less works as advertised. I do wish I could find a way to make it kick over on the 12 o'clock, but it's not really a big enough deal for me to like try to take it apart or something. So I'll just let it run the way it is. It's 50 meters water resistant, sapphire glass. It's an automatic movement. There's the model number, and there's titanium and stainless steel. Here's the look of it on the wrist. It does wear a little small, but a lot of people are not going to mind that. I like, you know, big beefy watches, but this one does not look too small on me. It actually wears very, very nicely, and is perfect for, you know, a night out on town at a nice restaurant or something like that. I've already gotten several compliments on it because the gold really does stand out amongst the rest of the dial. So if you're interested, I'm pretty sure they're either selling them or they're taking pre-orders. I'm not really sure which, but they are available on the Olto-8 website. The Chrono Gate with Jumping GMT by Olto-8. Thank you for watching my review.